Bloc Party's debut, Silent Alarm, was one of the most influential records of the noughties rock revival, a collision of explosive drums, dueling guitars, and rumbling bass lines set under an arena rock scope. The album was an instant success that set a new standard for the burgeoning indie landscape. It was sleek and sophisticated, and it made an impact that the band were never quite able to recreate. Following the release of their 2004 self-titled EP, the band found themselves turning down a contract from Parlophone. Instead, they opted to sign with Wichita Recordings, who had a reputation for being unobtrusive with their bands, a move that proved integral to the bold and eccentric sound of Silent Alarm. The majority of the album was recorded over a 3-week stint at Delta Lab Studios in Copenhagen, with producer Paul Epworth at the helm, followed by sessions in London for vocals. Despite the relatively short time frame for recording, the band were keen to explore disparate sonic territories in a deliberate attempt to set them apart from their indie rock contemporaries. Their goal was to avoid sounding flat, like they thought many other rock records were at the time. To achieve this, they allowed producer Paul Epworth free rein to dissect the demos they'd recorded and reshape them as he saw fit, a process that helped extract the unique qualities of each composition. Once he pulled them apart, however, he needed to find a way to piece them back together, and the glue he used to do so was found in bassist Gordon Moakes and his insistent chugging style. Moakes' Fender P bass is placed firmly and distinctly in the mix throughout the album, and is a leading melodic and rhythmic element on tracks like Positive Tension and Luno. This served to create an album that was homogeneous and consistently grounded despite its sonic disparity. Another unifying element, albeit a more complex one, lay in the frenzied drumming of Matt Tong. Even before releasing the album, the band knew that Tong's intense style would separate them from similar artists. And a part of the reason they opted to work with Epworth was his reputation for being meticulous with percussion. Throughout the sessions, he would tirelessly tune every drum until he found the ideal tone for each song, a process he says is integral to getting a good drum sound. Right from the opening moments of Like Eating Glass, Tong drives the album forth in a manic frenzy, rarely stopping for a breather until the album's subdued closer complements. When it came to guitars, the sessions at Delta Labs were charged with an experimental energy. Both Russell Lissack and Kele Okereke used Fender Telecasters plugged into stock Fender Hot Rod Deluxes, and this combo can be heard all over the album, contributing to its frosty, razor-sharp edge. But they also messed around a lot with pedals to create unconventional tones and atmospheres. Lissack was the key proponent here, dabbling with phasers, pitch shifters, and digital delays, mostly Boss units. These were often dialed in unconventionally, but always with expert precision. Boss's digital delay series features prominently on Silent Alarm, namely a DD5 and DD6. The reverse, loop, and infinite repeat functions of these pedals were employed to great effect on Like Eating Glass, and their crystalline repeats can be heard on Price of Gasoline, This Modern Love, and So Here We Are. By the time Silent Alarm was released in February 2005, indie rock was already beginning to take a dive in popularity, but the album's angular guitars, tense drumming, and relentless rhythms breathed a new life into the genre. And, looking back, it's clear that Bloc Party were both ahead of the game and far beyond their years. What's your favourite track from Silent Alarm? Tell us in the comments below.